Sleep has deep implications on our mental and physical well-being. In people with autism, ADHD, and other neurodevelopmental disorders, there's more than enough data to support the fact that sleep is a huge struggle for us. I'm here to say you can fix this. But if you really want to understand how to help yourself here, it helps to know the root cause of all poor sleep. Now, I have something to share from my own life here. One unorthodox approach I took a few years ago changed everything for me. Welcome back. I'm Nathan, and this is the Healthy Neurodivergent, Episode 3. The reason I'm making this episode is because I hear from so many neurodiverse people that sleep is something they consistently struggle with. And this is a big deal because, as we'll get into later in this video, sleep has deep implications on our mental and physical well-being. And as a neurodiverse person, I'm here to say you can fix this. I used to be the most inconsistent sleeper, staying awake for super long, waking up in the middle of the night, not being able to get out of bed easily, and just perpetually sleep deprived. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Now, however, I sleep nearly perfectly, and it's been pretty life-changing. In people with autism, ADHD, and other neurodevelopmental disorders, there's more than enough data to support the fact that sleep is a huge struggle for us. This is typically characterized by taking a long time before falling asleep and waking up often in the middle of the night. And not only does the data show that we sleep worse, that it also typically exacerbates our negative symptoms, like poor executive functioning, anxiety, lower social skills, and just lower quality of life in general. Now, why this happens? I can't point to one reason why you aren't sleeping well. Maybe it's blue light exposure, maybe it's neuroticism, maybe it's your mattress. It could be a variety of things. But if you really want to understand how to help yourself here, it helps to know the root cause of all poor sleep. Well, there's actually two root causes: poor vagal tone and misalignment with the circadian rhythm. Both of these are very prevalent in neurodiversity, and it really helps to understand each of these. So first, vagal tone. The autonomic nervous system is made of the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic activates your defensive, on-edge, fight, flight, freeze states of being, while the parasympathetic is associated with calm, rest, digest, relax, all those yummy feelings. In any given moment, one is more active than the other. In order to fall asleep, you need your sympathetic system dialed low and your parasympathetic system to be dominant. Having poor vagal tone means that your sympathetic nervous system isn't able to turn down to the required level. In other words, your stress levels are too high. Your body is still holding on to a fight or flight state. Your nervous system's flexibility in switching from sympathetic to parasympathetic is a term called vagal tone. And we'll get into ways to increase vagal tone later in this video. And second, the circadian rhythm. This is your body's internal clock, which has a natural pattern of telling the body when it's time to wake up and when it's time to wind down. This tends to sync with daytime and nighttime, light and dark. And in order to get the best sleep, you must cooperate with the system, or else sleep quality is affected. And if there's one thing to know about this topic, it's that the body loves consistency in its circadian rhythm. And when we expose ourselves to bright lights and stay up late, we're actually making it much harder for the body to get the restful sleep it needs. There are some ways we can help our bodies align more with the circadian rhythm, which we'll get into. So why should we care about sleep though? I'm not going to spend too much time trying to convince you that sleep is important. I mean, just notice how you feel on a day of bad sleep versus good sleep. Put simply, it's scientifically conclusive that poor sleep quality ages you, ruins your day, and it just leads to even worse sleep the next night. Whatever struggle you may be experiencing, whether it be chronic pain, sickness, or mental health issues, it all gets worse after a bad night of sleep. If you want to heal and improve your life, this is the way to do it. In my previous two videos, I talked about inflammation and the gut microbiome, which is super relevant here. and let me tell you why. Sleep is actually when the body cleans up most of the inflammation that gets built up in the mind and body during the day. This is part of why you feel so focused after a good night of sleep, because a lot of neuroinflammation has been healed. Sleep also has a massive impact on the gut microbiome. Microbiome diversity is positively correlated with higher sleep quality. And conversely, both microbiome health and neuroinflammation affects your ability to sleep. As I've said in all my other videos, these things tend to be very interconnected, and so it's all about building positive momentum. So now, after hearing all of that, you better be asking, okay, if I want to change my life with good sleep, how would I do it? Remember, at its core, it's all about increasing vagal tone and aligning with the circadian rhythm. In order to better align with your circadian rhythm, first, get blue light glasses and wear them in the last hours of the day. The blue light from your devices actually signals to your brain that it's daytime. This is the same for any LED lights, so even if you aren't on your device, these glasses are essential. Second, go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, and no later than past midnight. Your body loves consistency, and sleep quality improves greatly with it. Number 3, eat no later than around 3 hours before bedtime. And honestly, the later you wait, the better. Late night snacking will immensely lower your sleep quality. This also affects sleep because if your gut has to digest something during sleep, you aren't fully resting. And finally, have caffeine as early as possible in the day, or just don't have it at all. Now, in order to increase vagal tone and switch into that parasympathetic state, first, have a wind down routine. Put the devices and stimulation away. Maybe go for a short walk or journal. Just give yourself a few minutes before bed to slow down. Second, having a meditation practice also greatly increases vagal tone. Meditating before bed definitely helps. Number 3 is exercising during the day. Number 4 is practicing breathwork. Number 5, there are good supplements that work, like magnesium glycinate, valerian, calcium, chamomile, and CBD, just to name a few. All of these help with your body's ability to produce melatonin and relax. The supplement melatonin, however, has a mixed track record when it comes to sleep, making many people, including myself, very groggy the next day. Now, I have something to share from my own life here. I do most of what I just recommended on a daily basis, but one unorthodox approach I took a few years ago changed everything for me. This was after I tried absolutely everything, and nothing was giving me that consistent great sleep I always wanted, until I tried sleeping on the ground. Yes, just a thin sheet over a carpet is my mattress now. I still use pillows and blankets, obviously, but no mattress. The first 3 days were pretty difficult, but after a while, my body just got adjusted and I started getting perfect sleep every night. Feel free to get in touch with me if you're curious about trying this, because it worked wonders for me. And remember, taking care of your health is a requirement for neurodivergent individuals. Just because others get away with unhealthy lifestyles doesn't mean that you will. Our brains and bodies require extra care, so it's vital to provide for yourself. And that's it for today's episode. In the comments below, I'd love to hear about your successes and struggles with sleep. If you found this information at all helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. I would really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.